The third topic, modern and contemporary literature. Generally speaking, modern Chinese literature began in 1917, which is divided into two parts, modern literature and contemporary literature. Modern literature can be roughly divided into the first decade, since 1917 to 1927, the second decade, 1927 to 1937, and the third decade, since 1937 to 1949. Contemporary literature can be divided into the first 17 years of literature, since 1949 to 1966, the 10 years of literature, since 1966 to 1976, during the Cultural Revolution, and the New Year literature, since 1976 to now. First, the modernization of the Chinese literature. Modern Chinese literature was studied since May 4th movement after the Opium War. During this period, Western knowledge come to China, and Chinese literature, more and more Chinese scholars began to accept modern Western scientific concepts and contemplate the destiny of China and the Chinese nation. These social changes led to the development of literature. Under the impact of the new Western trends of thoughts, culture, science, and technology, a transformation of ideas and literary concepts studied in China in the fields of poetry, essays, novels, language, ideas, and translation. This period saw a great turning point in China's literature from the old to the new. Here are the changes. First, revolution in poetry, essays, and novels. Liang Qichao and Tan Sitong put forward the slogan of revolution in poetry cycle, advocating that poetry should have a new image and a new language. That's Liang Qichao and Tan Sitong. Second, the vernacular movement. Huang Zunxian, he believed that the separation of the written language and spoken language was the main reason for backwardness in China, and the traditional form of Chinese language should be changed. So Hu Shi put forward the idea of replacing the traditional Chinese language with vernacular, or the plain language. That's what Hu Shi and Huang Zunxian did. Thirdly, translation of novels. Manly Intelligence believed that main reason for the power of the West was literature, especially the transformative power that novels have on the masses. As a result, the Chinese started to translate a large number of Western novels. The Chinese literature in this period was greatly influenced by the Western literature. Fourthly, the May 4th New Culture Movement. In September 1915, the Young's magazine in Shanghai published Chen Duxiu's article. The article's name was To the Youngs. The article marked the beginning of the New Culture Movement. Democracy and science were the two banners of the movement. The subject spirit, the humanist spirit, the Enlightenment spirit, and the scientific spirit were the four major spirits. Then we will talk about some modern and contemporary authors and their works. Firstly, Lu Xun. Lu Xun was a pen name. His real name was Zhou Shuren. He was a famous writer, thinker, revolutionary, and a co-founder of the contemporary Chinese literature. He has a lot of works, such as The Real Story of RQ, Hometown, and Anti-Xiangling. And also there are some novels like Kong Yi Ji and Morning Flowers Picked at Night, Hot Wind, Tomb, and the Canopy collection, such as this. He has a lot of works. The second is Mao Dun. Mao Dun is also not his real name. His real name was Shen Dehong. He was a famous modern writer. His works, such as Rainbow and Midnight. Mao Dun has written 6 novels, such as Rainbow and Midnight. He has also written 6 novels, such as Disillusionment, and Shaken. He has also created more than 50 short stories, over 10 essays, and a play. The most famous of his work is Midnight. Next, Lao She. Lao She is also a pen name. His real name was Shu Qingchun. He was a famous novelist and playwright from Beijing. He was a Manchu ethnic group. During his 40 years of writing, he wrote more than 1,000 works, including the novel For Generation in One Family, 看谋祥子, and also plays such as The Dragon Bread Dish and The Tea House. That's Lao She. Next, Li Yaotang, and his pen name was Ba Jing. Ba Jing was a more famous name than Li Yaotang, and Ba Jing was his pen name. His works, such as famous Love trilogy, their folk rain and lighting, and family spring and autumn. Family spring autumn. We also call it torrential trilogy. Family spring autumn are his famous books. That is 李尧棠 and 巴金. Then we go to the New Year literature. Literature after 1976 is known as the New Year literature. We will introduce you 莫言. 莫言 is also a pen name. His real name is 管魔业. And he is the first Chinese national to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. His books such as Transparent Red Character, The Red Sorghum, and so on. Except Mo Yan, we also have famous New Year literary writers. They are Su Tong, Yu Hua, Wang Meng, Yan Lianke, Jin Yong, and Liu Cixin. I hope that you have read Liu Cixin's book, Three Body Problems.